Man, so Devin Haney's talking about he wants that smoke. He wants that smoke with Adrian Broner. Puts up a post saying, about, imagine if, this particular bout went off, and we're able to do this particular fight. And, Adrian Broner basically came back and accused him kind of basically of clout chasing. And I like Devin Haney. I think he's a really good fighter. I think, as long as he continues to progress, he can go a long way. But, me, one of my main things I like to always do, regardless if I like a certain fighter or not, I always look at your moves and I look at what you're doing. Things that sometimes might go under the radar when it comes to certain people. Certain things where people might even say, I'm crazy. Until a couple of months, go down the road, 6 months, 7, 8 months down the road, then it's, I told y'all. Devin Haney, when he signed that deal with the Zone, their focus was to go after Lomachenko. He said that's the main reason he signed with Eddie Hearn was because, and his father said that, because they believed Eddie Hearn could get them the Lomachenko fight. So far, Eddie Hearn hasn't been able to do that. Okay, fine. Lomachenko gets the whole, franchise designation, everything. Belt gets released. Devin Haney basically gets given the belt. And he has a fight coming up. And he's fighting on a YouTube undercard. And, it's been about Lomachenko. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, out the blue, I want to fight Tank Davis. On the week of his fight. So everybody just grabs that ball and they just start rolling with it. They just start talking about it. And I'm thinking to my head is like, why are you even mentioning Gervonta Tank Davis? Wasn't the whole focus supposed to be on Lomachenko and fighting Lomachenko? But he continues to talk about Tank Davis. Especially when we know Tank Davis is not going to fight on the Zone. We all know that. He's made that very clear. And you have an exclusive deal with the Zone. Lomachenko's has fought on Matchroom cards before. So we know, if the money is right or whatever, if you're able to make a deal, it wouldn't be an issue with Lomachenko going over there. But, and what's his name fought on the Zone? Ramirez also fought on the Zone. But we know Tank Davis made it clear. His team, he's not fighting on that app, period. So why exactly are you even calling out his name? And, and in my, thought process was like, all right, he's calling out his name because, the Lomachenko thing, people aren't really grasping onto that anymore. It's kind of became like yesterday's news. And he has a fight coming up that week. So to bring eyeballs to his fight, he started talking about Tank Davis. So he fights, he gets hurt, shoulder, belt gets stripped from him. His promoter can't help him with that for whatever reason. And, Campbell is fighting whatever, the Cuban dude, Al Heyman fighter, to see, who's going to get that particular belt. And when he comes back, he can fight for that belt. But then all of a sudden this week, he starts talking about Lomachenko. He starts talking about Teofimo Lopez. Starts talking about Gervonta Tank Davis. And then all of a sudden he starts talking about someone that's not even nowhere near his weight class in Adrian Broner, somebody in a completely different weight class. As if you're really just going to not go back after your belt and get your belt. You're going to just ignore everything that's happening at 135 and you're just going to go fight Adrian Broner somewhere. Again, another fight that would be very difficult to make anyway because the amount of money that would need to be paid to that man in order for him to go to the Zone. It would have to be a substantial amount of money. Especially you see somebody like Danny Jacobs getting $12 million. You see a Ruiz getting $12 million. You see a Kovalev, I think he got like 15 or whatever million. And we all know Adrian Broner with the type of viewership he would bring, the type of attention that he would bring, the way he promotes, this would be a huge fight. It'll be a huge gate. And it'll also be huge numbers for that network. So they would have to come up with that bread, a lot. And Adrian Broner said 20 million. Which, when you look at all those numbers, you look at how much Canelo's getting paid, you look at how much they give Anthony Joshua and things of that nature. This would fight right here. Not only what you're saying, oh, you can't compare him to Canelo. Well, you can compare him as far as this would be one of the highest viewerships, if not the highest viewed fight on DAZN, just with Adrian Broner and his ability of promoting fights. It would be. It would be. There was a reason why when Manny Pacquiao's last couple of fights weren't on pay-per-view, but the second he fought Adrian Broner, it became pay-per-view. Every time Adrian Broner comes out, win or lose, he reels the fans back in every single time. So it's like, why are you speaking about him? Why are you talking about him? You're hurt. You're in rehab. You're not going to be back for 6+ months. And after that, that clearly you're going to be trying to go get your belt back. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be getting your belt back. So why are you even calling out all of these people's names? When you know that realistically, you even being able to fight any of these people wouldn't be able to happen for a year plus, year plus, due to the injuries that you sustained and the rehab that you're going through right now. So just looking at all those things, I'm not going to call it clout chasing. It is clout chasing. I think basically what he's doing is what Eddie Hearn tries to have all his major fighters do, which is attach yourself to a fighter. Attach yourself to fighters. Doesn't matter that we're probably not going to be able to set up any of these fights. Just keep talking about them, because by talking about them, you can bring attention towards you. And I think that's basically what it was. It's a situation where he kept poking until something finally worked. He just kept going all over the place until he hit that one button that resonated with the fans and everything, and everybody started talking about it, and everybody started getting hyped about it. Knowing that, that ain't gonna happen. Knowing that that's not gonna happen. Knowing that your promoter is not gonna do what's necessary to bring that man, over there and have him fight you. They're not gonna do the necessary things. They're not gonna give up the necessary money to make that happen. Tank Davis is not gonna go on DAZN, and you have your license to fight on DAZN, and Teofimo's fighting Lomachenko. In a situation where the winner, you probably would have to go over there to fight. Which again, can you even do that? Reality is probably is no. So I don't know. I think it's just a situation where he's trying to bring, attention to him. Trying to get people talking when it pertains to him. Which is nothing wrong with that, but you keep seeing this with Farmer. You keep seeing this with Demetrius Andres. You keep seeing this with even Anthony Joshua. And now you're starting to see it from him, from Devin Haney. And at some point, your promoter, that takes a portion of your purse that you have this working relationship with, it comes to a point where he has to make things happen. It can't just be about talking, this guy won't do this and this guy. You got to make it happen. You got to do the necessary things, put up the necessary money, whatever it is, to make things happen. Can't just be all about talk all the time, and that's what it seems like it is. Make things happen. Deontay Wilder wasn't getting the particular fight that he wanted with Anthony Joshua, but his team made the necessary adjustments. They made the necessary moves to get him, catapult him to the level that he's at right now, even without fighting Anthony Joshua. Made him into the superstar that he is right now, where he's about to have probably the biggest fight of 2020 against Tyson Fury, with crazy promotion that's going on right now. Earl Spence, guys didn't want to fight him. It wasn't just about talking though. He made the adjustments and did the things and made the moves that got him into the space where he's that pay-per-view star that he is right now. It wasn't all about just talking. It's about making action, setting up game plans, and handling a business. It's time for Eddie Hearn to do the same. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.